Yes, people, welcome back to the show. Welcome to Clovis Football Talk, Clovis TV. First and foremost, like, share, and subscribe. Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United. Tomorrow, I think it starts at 1 o'clock, Europe time. I want y'all to please tune in so that we can talk about this game and, have a perfect preview. So, Spurs, are going to be taking on Manchester United at the Hot Spur Lane. We're going to discuss about the players. We're going to discuss about the team. What is it looking like? All those things, yada, 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 yada. And I want everybody to, basically get involved so that we can talk about this game properly, right? So, as a Man United fan, right, I'm looking at this past week. I'm looking at everything this past week, and I've been seeing a lot of crazy movements online. With fans talking about how Manchester United are not good enough. How Spurs have better players than Manchester United, which I will get, to, and also, what does this game mean moving forward for Manchester United? Right? We're going to talk about it. We're going to have a discussion and really break down certain things so that we don't get it misconstrued, because a lot of people right now are not taking Manchester United seriously, and it bothers me. It literally bothered me that, we're having conversations about, about Manchester United, potentially going on a run here. We have won, literally, we haven't lost. We have won 3 and drawn 1, right? So I just don't understand where the disrespect is coming from, right? Yes, we still need to show how consistent we are, but what is right now? What are you seeing right now? Because everybody want to use the word, what have you done for me lately? And then when you actually apply it in a real context, nobody wants to listen to it. Nobody wants to listen. And it's pathetic, and it's becoming a problem. So people just want to swing narratives when it suits them. You understand? And I find that very hypocritical, that, you want to talk football, or do you want to talk football, or do you want to banter? Those are the things you need to look at, Those are the things you need to look at. That, do you want to banter, or do you want to actually talk football? It's like, that's what I'm saying, people. Let me quickly share this before we let me quickly share this on my Twitter so that we can discuss and talk football. Just give me a minute, please. Let me quickly do this so that we, get this thing cracking. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Just give me a sec, people. Just give me a sec. I'm trying to make this, work. Let me get to it so that let me see how it looks like. Yeah, let me get to it. Yeah, people, listen, like I was saying, guys, please, if you're watching this, just share the video. Please share the video. It will mean a lot. Please, I need to get to some important things right here. I need to talk about some important things, what's going on? Just give me a minute. Let me quickly share this so that we can continue talking about Man United, Join me live on YouTube. Join me live, guys. Okay. Let's have a discussion. Okay. Now, back to what I was saying, right? When you look at the two teams, right? What are you getting at? How do you see this game going? Let me know down the comments. How do you see this game going, right? I'm having Manchester United winning this game, regardless. There are so many things that is on our way here. You understand? There are so many things that are on our way here. First and foremost, if you look at the type of players we have, right? We had, last season. The Højlunds, the Garnachos, and whoever we had up front. You clearly see that, like, there is a clear difference between what we have now in Bryan Mbeumo, Cunhas, and Šeško, or Mason Mount, Ahmad, and all that stuff. There is a difference between what you're seeing right now, and individually, those players will get into any team in the top 6. All these players, let's not forget, when Šeško was about to join Arsenal, he was going to Arsenal. A lot of teams were looking at Benjamin Šeško, but just because we got him, now out of a sudden he's shit. And all these reports coming out, making up narratives, talking about how Benjamin Šeško is shit. He hasn't kicked on the season, and he's far behind. He's looking well off, according to according to how they call him again, Gary Neville. According to him, yeah, he's well off, way far behind from the other signings that have come in. I'm just looking at it, I'm saying, please, shut the hell up. Literally shut the hell up. Because I don't get the narratives about Šeško being, being the worst signing, even on the first place. Being the worst signing. Sorry, I'm trying to type something real quick. What is happening, man? So, what I'm saying is, as somebody who started few games and now has, 2 goals and assists, and then everybody want to write him off because Jamie Carragher says so, or let me say Gary Neville says so, or this media outlets say so. No. Like, that just shows that, that you don't really watch Manchester United. You are just following off Twitter comments. You are not actually saying what the real thing is. And it bothers me because I'm looking at the game saying, but wait a minute. Where has this gone to? Where has giving your true opinion gone to? Because we want to banter all the time, but nobody's sitting here actually coming up with something tangible, right? And I'm finding that very, very difficult. You feel me? Let me quickly write this. Listen, what I'm saying is, I'm finding it very, very difficult for us to have a conversation when we keep ignoring the facts. Spurs are not that good at home. Spurs are not that good at home. I do not rate their players except the centre backs. That is it for me. But this past week, I've been seeing a lot of Spurs fans talk a lot. And I'm sitting there asking myself, what am I watching? Our names should not be attached to Spurs in any capacity. If you want to look at who to blame, I'm looking at Ruben Amorim saying, you caused this by losing that Europa League. He preferred to die on the hill rather than winning that trophy. Giving them their first trophy, now they are making a lot of noise saying, oh, we beat you the whole last season. We won four times. They play Man United and they won. Rightfully so, they are about to say, they can rightfully say that. But the problem I have here is, when you say that, and of course they are rivals, they are not expecting us to, rebuttal what they are saying. There are so many things that plays in our favor right now as it stands. I'm going to break that down very soon. But before I get there, right, I want to bring up some few things. People, please share this video. Let me see who else is on here so that we can have a chat. When you're talking about Spurs, they are bringing up their trophies, and there's a lot of moving parts here. And it is mind-blowing what is happening right now, because everybody is looking at Man United saying, hey, listen, Man United are not in the level where they need to be. So, they think we constantly lose games and nobody's giving us a fair chance here. And some people are going as far as, predicting Spurs to win this game. I'm like, what have you seen from Spurs to suggest they will win this game? What have you seen? What have you seen? What have you seen, really? What have you seen? Because I'm struggling to understand the metrics here, and let's go through it, right? Romero, Van de Ven, and Odogi to some level, right? That is it. So tell me who else is up for the task when it comes to Spurs team. Who else? Because we obviously know Brandon Johnson is going to be benched. Kudus is having an injury. He's not going to play. Are we now counting on Xavi Simons to do something? Because he played against Copenhagen and played well with a lot of space. Like, tell me what Spurs player is going to turn up for this game. And some fans will say, oh no, that's the predictability that is there, yeah, you don't know who is going to turn up, but we have individual players. I'm still yet to see. Because I hate the fact that, we just want Man United to fail so much that you don't even see the win. You don't even see Man United winning anything, right? And it's becoming a problem, is what I'm saying. I'm asking myself, like, wait a minute, what is going on here? What is going on here, for real? Let's have a conversation. What is happening? What is happening? Because I need to know what is happening. I need to look at what we have done for people to just brush us off and just say anything just to say them with no context, with nothing. They are just like, yeah, Man United are shit. Man United are shit, and there is nothing else we can do. You understand? And I'm looking at this. I'm saying, I don't think these guys know what is going to happen right now. Right now, okay. Let me get into it. Last season, Manchester United lose a lot of games. Fast forward to this season, right? All the teams that we had a hurdle over the years, not even last season, over the years, we have beaten. Case number one, Arsenal got away with it. You guys know that. Arsenal got away with it in the beginning of the season by the set piece that won them the game 1-0. We absolutely tore them to shreds. And now they are looking extremely good. Cool. Fast forward to Liverpool. No, before that, Sunderland. A lot of people said, oh, Sunderland are going to beat us. Sunderland are going to, really turn us apart. Sunderland are going to beat us. Yes, Sunderland are very strong. They are fourth in the Premier League table as it stands. And we managed to beat them. Meanwhile, Sunderland are actually beating teams. That is one right there. Two, Liverpool, we never won at Anfield for the past 9 years. Not even last season. 9 years. And think about how many managers Man United have had. Think about how many managers Manchester United have had not succeeding at Anfield. This season, we have gone there and beat them to, we won there by beating Liverpool, title challengers. In fact, Premier League winners. Case number 3, Brighton. Every single time we play Brighton, home or away, they beat us. Guess what is happening this season? We beat them. They have been doing that for a couple of seasons. Now, we beat them and stop all of that. Nottingham Forest had a number last season. Massively. Guess what happened this season? We did not lose there. We drew and almost won the game. And the ball was, kicked off the line. Right? By Mirello. So, you can actually see that all the teams that was beating us last season, we turned them over. We turned the teams that was beating us last season over. So what I'm asking is, what have you guys seen from Spurs to suggest that, they are going to beat us? Is the question here. That is what I'm trying to understand here. And there is one thing I want to bring up as well. There's one thing I want to bring up, right? Please, if you're watching the video, please like up the thing. Like up the video, please. It will help a lot. It will help a lot. Like up the video and also share the video, please, so that we can have more people coming here and, just have a say on who is going to win the game. Let me know down in the comments who is going to win the game. Manchester United versus Spurs versus Manchester United. Who is going to win the game, basically, and by what goals and who is scoring. Just let me know, please. It will mean a lot, right? And if you haven't subscribed, I'm almost close to 5. I'm like 5 subscribers right now to 500. So please subscribe if you are watching this after the effect or joining me live. I'm still gonna be here for a while, so let's have a discussion, a real discussion. Please, let's have a discussion. I want to know what Spurs are going to be using. I want to know what is happening. I want to know what Spurs, are turning up to play. Because, again, they have players that are injured. Kudus is not going to play this game unless he got some mad syringe in his body and he's coming back to play from the news coming out. Right? As for us, we have this game. I predict Ruben Amorim to start Cunha up front as a false nine, Cunha up front as a false nine, Mason Mount on the left hand side, Brandon Mbeumo Amat on the right hand side. Let me say Luke Shaw, definitely. Of course, the midfield, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Mateus de Ligt, or Mateus de Ligt, Maguire, and Luke Shaw. I said Luke Shaw and Senna Lemons as a keeper. Or he sticks with Senna Lemons, de Ligt, Lenny Yoro, and Luke Shaw. Because as for Dalot, I don't think he's going to start the game. I don't think so. But we never know with this manager, with all the relation thing that's going on online and people saying they are related and all that crap. I don't want to hear that. Like, it's crazy. But that, for me, that's the lineup there. I don't see Šeško starting. I don't see it, for tactical reasons. But if he starts, then we all know what it is, right? Long balls or, through the flanks. That's what he will basically do if we play Šeško, right? But if we don't play him, he's trying to throw off the opposition team, which they will be expecting Šeško to play, and he will not play him. So that's one of the reasons why I'm looking at this game saying we have to win this game. There is no other way. The amount of chest I've seen online about Spurs fans coming out with their trophies, coming out and trying to back their manager now because it's Man United. Don't make no mistake. Winning against Copenhagen is easy. It's easy. People are going on as if Man United did not beat everybody and then lose only in the final in the Europa League last season. We literally beat everybody to get there. Fair and square. We were winning 5-0, 4-0, 3-0, 2-1, like 3-2. We were beating teams and got to the final, and I don't know what happened. Every player was in their heads, and we lost the game 1-0 to Spurs. But fast forward now, Spurs have been losing their games. They have been losing games at home. They haven't been winning at home, their own ground. And their home record has not been great either. So I just don't understand why, everybody's acting as if Man United saying, oh, we will win this game, is arrogance or being giddy, as they say in England, it's a laughable thing. I don't get it. I don't get it, right? When I watch these channels on YouTube, football channels on YouTube, and I'm seeing Man United fans sitting there, and there is this giggle these rival fans always do when Man United name comes up about their players. I would never understand that. But if you ask them, will you take Brandon Mbeumo in your team? They will say yes. If you ask them, will they take Cunha in their team? They will say yes. Šeško, they will say yes. Šeško was being looked at Newcastle. Don't forget that. This is what I hate about YouTube football content, all this. Everybody's playing brain dead when it suits them. But nobody forgets what actually has transpired up to now. It is crazy what I'm seeing from rivals. And, I'm sitting there watching saying, do any of these guys actually know grown-ass men who think, watch this show? You cannot, as a grown-ass man, sit there and banter the whole time and not make any footballing and not talk about football. You want to banter the whole time, and that is what irks me, right? And there is an example. Please, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm literally how many subscribers away from 500? I'm literally few, guys. Please. I'm literally 5 subscribers away from 500. When you share this, more people will see it and they will join as well. Please. Okay, what I'm saying is Manchester United, right? When I watch fan channels, there is this, everybody is just thinking of Manchester United of last season. Nobody's being objective and being fair with what they're saying. Everybody is looking at Man United right now saying, oh, they are shit. That's the narrative. But I'm asking myself, how many games have you watched? How many games have you watched from Man United to suggest we are shit? Because if you have been watching, then you will clearly know that it will not be easy for Spurs to do anything, because one, they do not have the players up front to do anything. Last season was last season. They should not think Brandon Johnson is going to come from the bench and do anything. It will not happen this time. Last time we played them, Luke Shaw was not available. Like, literally, we had Onana in goal. Like, there was so many things that was wrong with that team last season that, yeah, worst come to the worst, it was about individual brilliance and Bruno Fernandes or Inshallah. That was it. But this season, we have too many individuals that even if the team is not working, there is still magic. There is Ahmad. He scored against Liverpool. It was not a magic. Or was it Sunderland? Sorry. It was not magic. And we don't crumble like before. Before, when we play any team and we are losing, right? We just completely shut down, and our heads are gone. This season, when we go one down, I'm sitting there saying, rubbing my hands, saying, yeah, the players are activated now. We are getting a goal. And it happens. Nottingham Forest were literally lucky. They were lucky. Morello, like, he kicked the ball from the line. We would have won that game. That's how close that was. And I'm looking at Spurs team. I'm asking myself, where is the confidence coming from? From them, from their fans, to the point where rival fans are actually backing Spurs, saying, oh, they won last season. Excuse me, if we are going off last season, then most teams will not really make their points. We are talking of right here, right now. What is happening right now, currently in this season? Because last season, we don't have the same players from last season to this season. We don't. We have few players, though, from last season. Our front line is completely changed. So is Spurs. But when you compare their players to our players, it's not even close. It's not close. There is something I want to bring up, right? Whoever is watching this, please, if you're watching this after the effect, or, if you're watching this, right, I want somebody to clip this video and send it to Saeed TV, right? I'll send it to him. He's a good guy, right? I've talked with him on Twitter, like when Ten Hag was still here, and I subscribe to his channel. Watch his channel or what he's doing. Great, amazing guy, really. But when it comes to football and some certain things, the way he talks about football, sometimes I'm just like, I don't think you realize what you're saying, to be honest. I watched the big six last night, right? And the whole time when the game between Man United and Spurs coming up, Topes is there giving his points and actually poking at, Said, talking about the game, how they're going to beat us and laying his points. Guess what Said was basically doing? And this is the problem I have with most Manchester United fans. Nobody is using facts. They want to use their emotion to talk about Man United. I've never seen a fan base that hate their own players. On the big six, when you watch each and every single person on that channel, Greece, for example, backs his players. He doesn't want to hear nothing about don't talk about his players. He basically says it. The whole time Topes is there, putting his points. Guess what Said is basically doing? Sitting there and giggling. I'm sitting there, I'm literally dying inside, because big man, when you are representing Manchester United, those are not your brothers at that time. You guys are friends, whatever, but when it comes to, backing your club, when you are live on the big six, back your team. Said does not do that. In multiple times, he doesn't do that. Make no mistake, guys, this is not, I'm not trying to call him out or no, please don't do that, right? He doesn't really know me that well. Again, I'm a fan. I'm just watching what everybody's doing, and I like their footballing takes. Don't get it twisted. Yesterday was just it for me. He had a stinker yesterday. When we talk about midfielders, I don't get the reason why Bruno Fernandes's name never gets mentioned. It is absurd to me what I'm hearing. When players come up and play fewer games and look good fewer games, now they are the best in the world. Can somebody explain to me? Yes, Caicedo is a good player. Don't get it twisted. He is one of the best. As Declan Rice, can you guys tell me what they have done in their whole career to be compared to Bruno Fernandes? His name never gets brought up. I will wait. Can somebody let me know down the comment section? Please. Let me know in the comment section. Why is Bruno Fernandes' name gets dragged in the mud and no respect is being given? The reason why I mentioned Said is because that conversation came up, and he is calling Cole Palmer the best tens, and they're calling all Declan Rice, and they're calling few people. When it comes to the midfield people, should I remind you guys, ever since Bruno Fernandes has got into Man United, right? He is a damn player. In-house, we can discuss as Manchester United fans what is going wrong when the team is not playing well and holding Bruno Fernandes as the captain accountable. But when you are sitting with rivals, you have to back your team and back your team with facts. And here is a beautiful effing facts. Last season, last season, while Manchester United finished the 15th with no trophies, guess what Bruno Fernandes went and did? Won the Europa League, won the Nations League with Portugal, and he has been a massive contributor on that team. Counting how many trophies he has gotten when he came to Manchester United up to now. I want y'all to please go online, do your effing research, look at all the teams, all the trophies he has won compared to Caicedo and Rice in the Premier League. and saying they are one of the best, and Said is sitting there and not calling Bruno Fernandes as one of the best in that midfield. There is a hierarchy here. They are not the best in the Premier League. They are not. There's a hierarchy here. Rodri is injured. If we were doing right now, if we were talking about right now, a lot of people will have trophies. If we were talking right now, a lot of people will have trophies. But when you look at overall, in the game of football, in the Premier League, there is a hierarchy. There's Rodri, there is Kevin De Bruyne, and there is Bruno Fernandes. Stop calling these midfielders as, oh, no, they are better than Bruno Fernandes. They are not. They are not. They are nowhere it. Nowhere it. I've never seen a player coming up, a midfielder coming up with double digits assists, double digit goals as a midfielder. And the type of goals he scores is devastating. The type of assist he gives is devastating. Look at the goal Bryan Mbeumo scored against Brighton. Look at how Bruno Fernandes saw the ball coming from Eden Heaven. Look at the way he looked and then did a fade. Nobody else does that. I've never seen that in any midfielder here in the Premier League. I've not seen it. Can somebody show me where they have seen it? I've not seen it. Somebody show me. Who does that? Another game. Was it Kobe Mainoo scored? Was it against Liverpool or Man City? I'm trying to remember here, right? Kobe Mainoo scored the goal where Bruno Fernandes kind of gave a no-look pass assist to Kobe Mainoo and he scored. Right? Let me know down in the comments, please. I cannot remember the team. Was it Liverpool or Man City? Let me know. One of the games. Bruno Fernandes gave a no-look pass. Right there, we needed a goal. Look at the type of things he's creating. And it is absurd to watch Manchester United fans go on their feelings and the hate of players rather than backing the team as factually what you should be doing. So what I'm saying is, please do not get me out. Do not get the context out. I'm not calling Said out because he's not the only one. I'm just calling him out because I watch him a lot, right? He's again a great guy, you know, and he's doing his thing on YouTube, really killing it. Like his content, to be honest. The man them talks, which some of them in there, I don't know, bull crap, talking trash, absolute trash, and nobody's laying their points together. And you know, watching, you know, even straight pocket, there's this straight jacket podcast, you know, what he has created so far, really brilliant. I'm not calling him out. I'm just simply saying in that one, you know, instance where on the big six, rather than laying your points and making everybody believe the reason why we need to win against Spurs, it's not about, oh, just we have Bryan Mbeumo and Cunha and you're not really laying down anything. You're calling out individual brilliance there. You're not laying out the facts. And here is the beautiful facts you should have laid down. You should have caveat with everything you said with all the teams that was beating us. Greece was right there. You would have told Greece, shush, I don't want to hear you talk. 9 years, you beat us. This season, we turn you over, we rolled you over. Be quiet there. Do your shush thing like you always do. Keep him quiet, aside. Next, tell everybody Hey, Brighton have been getting our number. This season, we rolled them over. Forest, same thing. Chelsea is a given. We beat them at Old Trafford. It's a given. Shut everybody down. Except Man City. That's what he should have said. But no, he was there the whole time giggling while Greece even turned around and said, big man, we are talking tactics. When they were talking about one of the games, he was saying, Said should shush when they're talking tactics. That's what he said to him. I'm sitting there fuming. I'm like, bro, you need to back yourself and back your team. These are not your brothers when you sit there. These are not your friends when you sit there. This is rivalry one-on-one till the camera turn off. And this is the problem I have with Manchester United fans. They are using their emotions to speak about Manchester United players rather than saying the game as it is and not putting their emotions into. I get football is emotions. Even me, I have that. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say, oh, I have too much knowledge and I talk about football like I've tried to break it down like this, like that, no. But when it comes to, I'm talking to you guys right now, sitting here talking to you guys. I'm in-house. But if I have to go to a panel, right, and talk about Man United, I will be a completely different person. Not saying I should be delusional to back my players where there is no reason to back them because they haven't shown me anything. But if I'm seeing evidence of improvements, not progress actually, we haven't lost the game here. And not only that, we are rolling to Spurs with player of the month and manager of the month, which I will talk about that after this. So that tells you there's a lot of progress there. But yet Manchester United fans want to go and hate on their own players on different panels, making rival fans believe Man United players are absolutely shit. And then they absolutely sit there and curse out Bruno Fernandes, oh, the midfield. It is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my whole entire life. Spurs do not have a midfield to compare with ours. I don't get this fascination of, oh, they cannot run. That means we have a shit midfield. I'm sorry, Vitinha is not that fast either. Vitinha and how they call them in PSG, sorry. They are not fast on that midfield, but the technicality is there. Casemiro is not a kid. Casemiro did not start yesterday. Bruno Fernandes is experienced in that midfield. The games we came out of the Arsenal game in the beginning of the season. We did not come out of that game saying, oh, Arsenal actually bought us in the midfield and we lost because of that. Who came out as a Man United fan bringing that up? Nobody. When we won against Sunderland, while Xhaka was having a great time, we did not come out of that game saying, the midfield is still a problem. No. When we went to Liverpool at Anfield, did anybody come out and say, oh, the problem is the midfield? Because again, I saw some few fans who every single game want to bring up the midfield as to why in some instances of the game, we did not play well. I'm like, these guys truly, as you hate your own players more than rival players. As Manchester United fans, the whole world is against us, and us internally, we are against us internally. That's what is happening. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen as a football, just starting this YouTube thing and watching what everybody's doing and what everybody's saying. It is absolutely crazy what I'm seeing from Manchester United fans. few of them, not all. And the funny part is most of them have the biggest voice on YouTube when it comes to Manchester United fans. And I'm sitting there saying, if you know how to talk football, how come when it comes to the actual thing that you're supposed to say, you completely ignore it and instead you bash your own players because you hate the players? I'm like, did any of these players sleep with your sister or something? Because I don't get it. I don't get the hate on Bruno Fernandes. I don't get it. I do not get it. He's not the only goddamn player playing in that field. Yes, he will moan and blame other players when he made a mistake. Cool, whatever. Get over it. Get over it. I don't get the reason why we have to, every single video we come out, oh, we should have sold Bruno. That is where Ineos went wrong. They should have sold him. They should have sold him. What is that? Really? What is that? We have to come out in every single game rather than talking about how much we beat teams nowadays and progressing and how it looks under Ruben Amorim. Somehow we end up talking about Bruno Fernandes as if he's the only goddamn player in the pitch. On the pitch, I don't get it. I do not get it. How we have fallen to where our fans want just want to bring up one person just to look balanced or want to look realistic. And then when you want to speak, you say, oh, is my opinion. How about your opinion stays in your mouth? Pause, by the way. How about your opinion stays in your mouth, really? Like, I'm just fed up with our fan base looking at the positive side and saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to back this team. Arsenal do it. They did it even before they started winning games back to back. Arsenal fans, you call them deluded because they back their players to the hill. Liverpool fans is even a family. They don't want to hear nothing about criticizing any of their players, even though their players have been rubbish. The most rubbish players in the Premier League right now. All of our front three have scored goals. Yet, we look like the banter team because our fan base do it to ourselves. We go out there on rival panels and blast our teams. We do not praise our teams. We go there and say, oh, Brian Mbumo and Cunha, and stop there. That is a lie. Casemiro has been great this season. But guess what? Nobody's gassing him up. We are just saying, oh, he has been looking good. But when he has been looking very great alongside Bruno Fernandes playing very well. But guess what? Other people's midfield are better than ours. City midfield is not that better. Apart from Agent 49, Phil Foden. Apart from him, in that midfield, if Rodri is injured, that midfield is nowhere near Manchester United's midfield. But if Rodri is there, they are way better than us because now it's Foden, Rodri, and somebody else. Is it Nico Riley or somebody's playing in that midfield? You cannot be putting Newcastle's midfield is okay. They play rugby. They play kung fu, kacha, like they literally chop people's legs off. Cool, they have a cool midfield. Chelsea, Caicedo. Apart from that, who else? Like, who else? Tell me, who else? Spurs, Kudus. Apart from that, who else? I'm rolling these teams for you guys to understand. Arsenal, okay, they have Odegaard, Rice, and Zubimendi, right? Cool. It's better. Liverpool, McAllister, Gravenberch, and it's cool. A little bit better than us for sure. But we went there and rolled them over. So if nobody else is rating our team, I'm here to do that. I have to rate our team. But it is rather frustrating to be watching a panel and then there is a Man United fan in there, sitting there watching Manchester United saying, and they're not saying anything. And they're just sitting there glazing other rivals' midfield. Because this narrative has seeped into your head thinking Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro are not that good. Can you please tell me what fast midfield exists in the at PSG? Can you please tell me which fast midfield does PSG have? Which fast midfield does Barca have? Yet they win games. And the ball is still being played through the midfield. We have one game with these games with this same midfield. So why is our midfield not being rated? Because Man United fans don't like Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro is out of a sudden old, but he's playing at the World Cup. He's playing for Brazil, and we all know how many players are in Brazil right now, holding bench for Casemiro. How does Don Carlo play Casemiro? How? And he's playing at his best, not only that, scoring goals. Should I remind you guys, our midfield and all of our front line, including the bench, have scored goals this season for Man United. This season. Including centre-backs have scored goals. Eden Heaven has a goal and assist right now. But nobody's talking about that. Everybody want to banter, and nobody's actually talking about the real football that is there. And that is the problem I have with our fan base. Pathetic sometimes, but we are the best. That is the give and take of Manchester United. But again, back to the Spurs Man United game. They do not have players that can do anything to us. And again, I'm going to this game saying we have to beat them. I don't care what the scoreline is. I do not care what the scoreline is. I just want us to beat them. And I want to see the scoreline looking like we won. I want to beat them this time. Keep them quiet so that I don't want to keep hearing Manchester United and Spurs together. At this point, it's humiliating. It is crazy to even think. It still haunts me till now. I cannot really properly speak because we lost against them. Not only that, giving them their first trophy in years, in decades, in how they call it. I mean, like in years where black and white TV was still existing. Spurs finally won their trophy on our head tops. I want us to go to the Hot Spurs Hot Lane and beat them. Whatever it takes, Ruben Amorim, go out there, tell these players, you remember what happened last season? Beat the hell out of them. And if we win that game, we are second in the Premier League, going into the Premier League, looking like a top 4 team because other teams will win and we will slowly go down and remain 4th on the table. And that, who knows, maybe some teams lose. That, don't forget, Liverpool and Man City are playing this weekend. Arsenal are playing. Who Arsenal playing, really? Sunderland. Sunderland is a tricky game. It's a very, very tricky game. Who knows what might happen? But Arsenal look like the favorites to win it, right? Man City, again, like I said, playing Liverpool, right? Bournemouth are playing Southampton, which they might win it. Bournemouth might win it, right? And if you look at the Premier League table, you clearly see that, yes, we are sitting, was it 7th, or where are we sitting actually in the Premier League table? 8th right now. 17 points with Chelsea and Tottenham, right? And 1 point with Bournemouth and Sunderland. Which means if we win our game, 17 plus 3, it goes up on a 20 point, overtaking Man City and Liverpool and the rest of the people there. Which means Spurs are going to go down, right? Losing 3 points. So we go into the international break with a high, knowing that when we come back, whatever happens, we will still be there. And we are looking like a top 4 team. But guess what? We keep letting rival fans come up on streams and keep talking the talk, and nobody sitting there and backing our team. And that is the problem I have. I'm sitting there saying, what have these people watched, to be honest? For this noise to keep on going out as if Man United are not that good enough to beat Spurs. Like, no. I don't want to hear it. We are going to beat Spurs, and I'm putting my chest out there. And Manchester United fans should be going out being confident. Because again, we have not lost 4 games in a row. We have not lost. Not only that, look at the confidence it's going to give Brandon Bumo for the player of the month. Rightfully so. In October, he was turning teams over. Holding that award means a lot as a Manchester United player. He is now going to take that and say, oh, is this how he feels? Okay, let's go. Ruben Amorim just won Manager of the Month in October. And the discussion came out, a lot of Arsenal fans coming out and saying, yeah, Arteta won all of his games with no shots on target. How did Ruben Amorim win it? In that time, did Arsenal play any of their derbies? No. The reason why they simply gave Ruben Amorim was because last season we finished 15th. Now we are beating bigger teams, including our rivals, our literally derby of, not only derby, but our literal rival in Liverpool. Like the champions of the Premier League last season. And we have beaten everybody in October. So I just don't understand why. And not only that, the public votes. So if Arteta was that good, which he is, by the way, nobody's taking nothing away from him. But at the same time, the public votes who they want to vote because they watch football as you and me. So Ruben Amorim is within his right to win it. And guess what? He's going to be taking that award, rolling into this game with, you know what? I have to do everything to win this game. They have an objective. They have an objective this season. And you can clearly see what it means to the players every single time we win a game. They show the locker room. You see how they are together. So what I'm trying to make everybody understand is, I'm not going to this game being scared or going to this game being like, oh no, we need to do this, we need to do that. Oh no, we need to humble ourselves, or just sit quiet and let Spurs fans just run their mouth and just talk, and nobody is there to say anything. It is, to be honest, man, it is quite damning that is where we have gotten to. And again, it irks me because, again, if I sit in any panel and any of these guys are just talking and just, bringing on Man United saying, oh, we are not this, we are not that, I will have something to rebut to. Not only just deluded, but I will have something to say that is factual about our team in a couple of games. I have to go off of what we have played this season so far. I'm not going to look at any other games. Yes, granted, we are out of the Champions League. Obviously, there's midweek games happening and teams go out there, they play football, right? But I'm sorry. We are only in the Premier League, so we have to take what we have in the Premier League and speak about it. So what I'm saying is, I do not understand why Manchester United fans are not backing their own players. Instead, they go out there and they're cursing their own players. I will never get that. It is weird. I'm asking myself, there's a difference between being a fan of your club and just trying to say things to get more people to follow you. To be honest, I could care less about what other people think. My opinions are my opinions, and I stand by it factually. If you want to banter, hey, I can do that all the time. In fact, that's the best. We stay there. But at some point, we have to talk about the real reason why Man United should be beaten and will beat Spurs, because of evidentially they have not won at home this season. Because the only thing Spurs can go on to bring up right now is the fact that they won a trophy against us last season. But they cannot factually bring up anything of recent in the Premier League that makes sense. Because most of them will bring up the Copenhagen game, if you want to count 5 games. That's not the metric for you to use to, to boost yourself up. That's not it. How the Premier League plays and how the Champions League is being played, like, the level is here. You feel me? The levels is too much. So tell me what space Xavi Simons is going to, in fact, Xavi Simon is going to be getting to maneuver and turn his body and then look at this cute pass, and that is not happening, guys. It's not going to happen. Spurs will blink and they will see their net shaking with Brandon Bumo doing this and doing this. They will blink and Cunha will be looking at what Brian Boomer has achieved and said, hell no. He has motivation now. It's gonna be, we have too many reasons to beat Spurs. These players are coming up saying, oh, what? Last season they did what? They will literally turn up, is what I'm saying. Cunha will be looking at Brian Mbeumo saying, oh, is that how it feels to win this award? He will turn up. He will go crazy. Brian Mbeumo, Ahmad know about couple of those last season. No, I mean before Amorim came in, he knows about that. Like, big game player. Casemiro scoring set pieces, scoring from long ranges. Should I speak about Bruno Fernandes scoring from all angles? Like, I get it. Going to the keeper, even on the first place. We have a very good keeper. Our back line is becoming very solid. But we are having fewer games to go off because we don't play the Champions League. So obviously nobody rates our players. We have less games. So you don't really see us often. You're still carrying on what you saw last season and bringing on into this season. And that is the conundrum we have, rival fans have. And even including our own fans, that is what we have in the back of our minds. That Man United are shit. But when you look at it factually this season, we haven't been. We have the same amount of goals as Spurs. Same amount of points. I think the only thing they have above us is, let me see. Well, they have, what, 9 goal difference. Yes, cool, we have 1, but what else? Let me see. Yeah, like the same GF, really. Like, for real. So Spurs are not really that far the way people make things, the way people talk about Man United is as if we are literally still at 15th. And that is what the part I don't agree with. I do not agree with. Like, we have to, talking about tactically what Spurs will do, right? They'll be trying to play a certain style of football, thinking, Thomas Frank is resolute at the back, right? So obviously, he will want to, just give me a minute. Obviously, he will want to, play a 4-2-3-1, for example, right? Cool. We have, he definitely, the way he plays, he's now building from the back, going to the front, right? You see Vicario holding the ball, passing it to Romero, for example, Van de Ven, and then it goes to the front. We are waiting for the second ball, winning it, counter-attack them, and also we're going to be playing long balls, and also the throw, whatever gimmick the set piece brings. We capitalize on those now. Unlike last season, we had weak players, fragile players who could not turn up in big games like that. Now we have big game players whose mentality is keep on going till the whistle blows. And that is the reason why I'm saying I do not see Spurs beating us, because they have a lot of problems. One, most of their best players are injured. Not only that, that they haven't won at home. Had it been they have won some games at home, I will understand that. They literally have been shit at home, at their own turf, at their own ground. And we are coming up against Spurs, and then they are expecting to beat us. Like, come on, man. And it will be the same thing if Man United turn up against, if Spurs turn up against Man United at Old Trafford. A lot of fans will still be bringing up this last season thing. It's completely different now, people. That is what I'm saying. Completely different now. Man United then is not the Man United now. Yesterday's price is not today's price. What to Fat Joe? So Man United then is not the Man United now. I believe in this team right now as I'm looking at it. I'm not going into games right now saying we are going to lose as compared to earlier in the season where we wanted this manager sacked. I'm not going into games right now saying, oh, we are going to lose that game. No. Like, literally no. The City game was a 50-50, which they rode us over. In fact, City picked form when they played against us. That's the only team I knew we're going to lose. The Arsenal game, no. They got lucky. We were unlucky, literally. Apart from that, I don't see any other team that we are coming up against, and I'm not feeling, at least when I look at it objectively, I'm saying, we're going to lose. No. Even against, Newcastle. Newcastle have gotten our number few occasions now, but we have gotten their numbers more than that. So Newcastle, I'm not looking at. Yes, cool, while they have a good midfield, but that's it. And Watermaida. But what if Watermaida is getting like magmacked and he's done with, and that midfield, cool, they will create stuff, but nothing comes to an end. Nothing develops from that. What then? Because we have too many individual players that can turn up against Newcastle. Too many. So who are they going to magmack? Amat, Brandon Bumo, Cunha, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. Who are they going to magmack when we have a corner coming with Bruno Fernandes' corner dropping on Casemiro's head or Maguire's head? Like, there is too many things here happening. And that is the bias part that is the unfair part, where rival fans look at it and they don't actually say the truth. They want to say, oh, Man United are shit because last season it was looking at it like that, and they look like they are not going to change their minds unless Man United win the Premier League or something, do something significant before they can be like, oh, okay, Man United are good. Man United are good. At what point do we now start beating bigger teams for you to say, oh, you know what, Man United are actually good. They have good centre backs. They have good strikers up front. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get this. I've watched it a couple of times, before even saying this on the live right now. I've watched it a couple of times, and I'm looking at this saying, guys, Man United are in a place where we can actually, I'm not getting ahead of myself. There are two things, please. Don't get it twisted. I am not getting ahead of myself saying, oh, Man United are back. No. It will take time for us to officially say we are back. But what I can acknowledge is, hey, Man United are progressing. Man United are moving somewhere. Man United are actually, going into the right direction. The manager is finally looking at his players saying, oh, wait a minute. This player is playing well like this. Let me sub these players like this. Yes, only his substitutions is a little bit problematic. Each time he takes off Casemiro, we completely finish. We completely go down the level, right? And that's what he did against Forest. Cool. The players who got in, from Doku to Mazraoui, they can kind of up the level a little bit, but it wasn't good enough to win the game, even though we almost won it. But when you look at the consistency of how far we have come, rightfully so, I'm not saying, oh, if we now face a tougher team, I'm going to be saying, oh, I'm going to be putting my chest out. No, it's Spurs. They are dusty. Spurs are literally dusty in every level. I'm not here to play no sweet boy or sweet guy talking about Spurs in a sweet manner. No, they don't have nothing in them for me to be afraid of. What? Van de Ven is out of a sudden going to pick the ball from the back line and run through our midfield to go and score against an Elements? Come on, man. Like, we have to stop. Their centre backs are having more goals than their striker. Is that what I'm supposed to be afraid of? No. They'll be having a hard time coming against Brian Mbomo and Ahmad and Cunha and Luke Shaw even on the first place. So they will be having a hard time in that upfront, or let me say Mason Mount. They will be having a hard time playing with those players. They'll be concentrating like at the back, because literally the way we play, we are fast up front and we turn over. We win our win our turnovers. When there is turnovers, we come and block the midfield as a 4, and then the people behind, kind of don't give too much gap between the midfield and the back line. So definitely Man United are not playing the way you guys think, oh, they're going to be open up because it's Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes playing there. It is pathetic. The way some people talk about football, I'm just like, you clearly are not watching Man United. Even as a Man United fan, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know what the system is. You're just rambling. How about you actually go do some reading? How about you actually watch the game? Because some people, what they do is, this is the reason why sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me to go live while watching the game, because the comment section is a little bit distracting. While you need to pay people's respect of them putting out super chats and you're reading them and having the discussion, you're missing a lot of little things that help to build what you think about your team. That's why I prefer to watch the game in a calm way, have a sit down, note what I have seen, then come and react after I have watched the game. That way, it helps a lot. Because when you're watching your team online live with fans coming up and there's a lot of super chats, you are doing too many things at the same time. You are being distracted. So guess what? You come up with lazy analysis about your own team without knowing what you're talking about. So what you're looking at is key moments. Cool, you can talk about the key moments. What about certain things that are factually there? I know this whole stream I've been using the word facts. But football content has gone far left, where it's no more about what you saw with your two eyes and repeating what you saw with your two eyes. It's more of, oh, you won, I won, and that is it. Or I won, you lose, that is it. That is what football content has become, and it is mind-blowing that I'm sitting here having to explain myself after watching a lot of football content, talking about how Spurs have good players more than Man United. I'm like, in what universe do you think this is? In what universe? In what universe? And not only that, when you talk about midfield in the Premier League, like, it's just fewer teams, rightfully so. Fewer teams that are above us. They have good midfield pairing. Cool, our midfield is looking old, but hey, they have a lot of trophies between them. They have a lot of experience between them, and they are currently still key to how we play. Take Bruno Fernandes out. Take Casemiro out. Play Kobe Menu or Mason Mount in there or Ugarte in there. Tell me if you're going to have the same effect. Because we like to talk about nonsense. Kevin De Bruyne coming out saying, hey, listen people, Bruno Fernandes is the guy. If Bruno Fernandes plays in a different team, we will be talking about Bruno Fernandes as one of the best. But because he plays for Manchester United and because we finished 15th and he's the captain and obviously some blames on him, guess what managers, when they come in, they do? They play Bruno Fernandes on the right-hand side. They play Bruno Fernandes at 10. They play Bruno Fernandes at 8. They play Bruno Fernandes at 6. That's what he has been doing the whole time. And guess what? He manages to score in the right, score in the 10, score in the 8, and score in the 6. Bruno Fernandes does that. Home and country. Club and country. Yet, the disrespect on his name is wild to me. It's wild to me. And then, again, fast forward to this game, what I'm saying is, I have seen a lot of progress and we need to win this game. We need to win this game, people. There is no two ways about it. We need to literally win this game. So, we shall see what happens there. But all I'm saying is we need to win this game to, boost our morale, boost the fact that Spurs are dusty, let them be behind there, climb up the table as one of the strong contenders of top 4, and which I said is achievable this season, by the way, and be where we belong. Time has come where we have good players now, where minimum we should be finishing top 4. If this manager has something about him, we need to see that. So these few games are not going to just out of a sudden make me start saying things that are not there. No. There is still a long way for him to prove that, yeah, we are getting somewhere. But I cannot at this point look at Ruben Amorim and start beating my chest saying, oh, this or that. No. I'm just looking at game by game and the type of opponents we are facing right now. So, people, please like, share, and subscribe. Please share this video so that more people can join, so that we have more people. Please share this thing, please. It will mean a lot to me. It will absolutely mean a lot to me. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Again, I know some people will watch this video and say, oh no, Clovis, why did you say that? Why did you say? Please do not take, I'm repeating this, do not take anything I said out of context. And not only that, again, this guy Said, I have respect for him because I've seen what he has done, and he is helping a lot of guys out there. I'm not calling him out. I'm not saying nothing I will not say on it to his face. If we have a stream, I will actually, as a Manchester United fan internally, we need to have that discussion, right? Keep your feelings aside. Let's talk about the game. Keep your feelings aside. Let's talk about our team and truly what you see. Same thing when these guys come up on the Mandem talk, right? Most of them in their talk football, right? But few, like some of them, just Marcel, for example, he talks football. Each time he want to talk, he doesn't even on the banter thing, he doesn't. One or two jokes, he will crack one or two jokes, but he talks football. But the unfortunate part is, when he says what he sees, everybody disagrees, and then later on, they will say, oh, Marcel, you were right. Like, why didn't you open your heads on the first place? And not only that, some people talk with too much passion and not actually saying the facts of why our team is the way it is. And the unfortunate part again is, our mouths are too loud. The disrespect is too loud than the respect. I know some of you will come out and say, okay, what has Man United done over the years for me to be backing them this way and showing chest and showing that? How about you lighten up this season and actually back the team this season? Because you can clearly say you're backing the team, and then after you come out of the game, you keep repeating one of the same words from last stream. It's not because they are not showing you the same thing. You are just making up stuff just to sound good. You're not saying anything significant. You're not saying anything new. What did you see in this game that is new? Talk about the good things you saw. We have won these games. This is what it is. Talk about the progression with this manager. What you predicted will happen. Rather than dwelling on the negativity, and always bringing up Ineos. Oh, Ineos failed to do this, Ineos failed to do that. They should have sold Bruno Fernandes even when he's playing well. Even when Casemiro did not even look like he was going to make the first 11 this season. But now he's now playing every game. How about, like, seriously, there's so many things. Yes, down the line, we are definitely going to lose some games. We will lose some games. But for the meantime, while we are not losing games, how about we stay positive for once as Man United fans? Yes, we want to nitpick everything, and that is the problem we have with long stream videos and just saying things just to sound. Some people come on camera and just talk and just sound good. They want to sound good, like they know they're saying something. Meanwhile, if you sit back as a neutral, just watch it, you'll be like, this guy is way out of it. Because literally, most United fans hear what I'm saying right now will be like, yes, you're right, actually. Again, this was supposed to be a preview, but I let it run for a long time because I really want to break down certain things and actually say, rather than looking at too much negativity this season, let's let this board, Ineos and Ruben Amorim, to see what they are doing, if it's going in the right direction. So far, it is. New evidence has presented itself, and we are going somewhere. I wanted this manager out, by the way. I wanted this manager out. A long time before the Grimsby game, when we lost the final in the Europa League against Spurs. Fast forward today, right? I mean, when we lost the game against Spurs, guys, that was when I actually said, I'm truly done. But before that, I was already saying it, that this manager is not good enough. I was not being reactionary. There were common things that were repeated, that was coming up. That was like, even when we get new players, this manager is going to play the same way. And it happened. We lost so many games. He was about to get sacked. That was when he now started playing well and tweaked something. And then this football tacticals want to say, oh, he did not change anything. The players just out of a sudden just came out of their shells and started playing well. That's not the case, you dumbass. That's not the case. These players have been there the whole time. But guess what? This manager does not know how to manage and coach these players to play what he wanted. And second of all, we never played long balls last season. We never did. We played from the back line. Onana was taking the ball, passing the ball to Maguire. Maguire passed it to Leniero. Leniero passed it back to Maguire and back to Onana. Onana passed it to Dogu, and then the ball goes. That was how we were playing. From the back, ignoring the midfield. This season, what is happening? He's making a couple of changes, knowing when to play a certain style against what team. That changed, people. Little things changed in the way he managed the games for us to be winning back to back. If he knew how to do that, guess what? We would have won the Europa League. We will not be talking about this right now because in game, he is changing things. So again, when I hear Manchester United fans being brainwashed and looking absolutely like morons, talking online because they have a microphone in front of them, I'm just like, fam, yeah, I know you have followers and you have people subscribing, but come on, use your common sense sometimes. I know sometimes people are tired, they just want to get over the streams just to do it and get over it. But come on, people, use your heads, man. Seriously, use your heads. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it is pathetic to just dilute yourself with what you see on the media. Because as it stands right now, everybody's saying, if you ask a fan, how is Šeško for Man United? I will guarantee you 100% they will say Šeško has been shit this season. I guarantee you that. If you ask any rival fan right now, I'm not talking about those who are doing football content. Even those who are doing football content, if you ask any of them, how has it been for Man United? I will guarantee you, most of 99.9999% of people will say he has been shit. Well, you know, he needs to improve and all of that, which is a lie. Which is a lie. Šeško has been good. It's rather unfortunate that most of the games he started was few. And he quickly got onto the Premier League quicker than players from Liverpool. When Florian Wirtz goes to Europe, oh my God, he's turning up there. You are like, where is this player? But when he comes back to the Premier League, it's different. He has not caught up yet. Yeah, whatever they did against Real Madrid, cool, whatever. That's still a Champions League game. But when it comes to the Premier League games, you're not going to have that. So Liverpool going to Man City will be a true test to see where Liverpool are. And if they fail to beat Man City, the game they won against Real Madrid will become 0. So rather than looking at Manchester United and wishing we fail and remain there and not rating our players, so you are lying to yourself and you're being disingenuous. That means you cannot even talk football with me, to be honest, because again, I will just watch you banter and you will not really say anything significant to the reason why Man United are the way we are. You will not even make a constructive conversation. Because I can look at your games, I can objectively talk about your players without doing the banter thing. I will say it as it is. I will say, oh, this player is like this. In this game, this is what they did. And there's room for improvement. But it's not because they failed to pass one pass that out of a sudden their whole game was shit. No. And that's one thing I need to bring up as well. What I've noticed is in our fan base, right? Bruno Fernandes, for example, when he kicks the ball and he makes an attempt pass and it doesn't go well, guess what? That's his game. Whole game done. That is his whole game done. They will completely come up and say, yeah, Bruno Fernandes gave the ball away. He's absolutely shit. We should have sold him. That is the most laziest thing I've ever heard or seen on YouTube content space. Because you give the ball away one time as somebody who is meant to distribute, obviously you're going to distribute wrongly sometimes. It happens, people. Sometimes the opposition will take the ball and try to turn us over. It happens. But because that happens one time, guess what happens? Our fan base come out and say, oh, we play poorly, because in their minds, this one thing this opposition did miraculously in that time, our whole game is bad. For 10 minutes, we switch off against Nottingham Forest. Now, all of a sudden, we had a bad game because we switched off and they equalized and scored 2 goals in the space of seconds. Like, come on, man. Come on. How about we use our heads? Yes, I'm not saying we played extremely well in that game. No, I did not say that. I'm insinuating we have to open our minds sometimes and watch the game in totality, the full 90 minute, 90 plus, whatever they give. Come out of that game, ask yourself, are you still feeling the way you're feeling? Keep your fucking agenda away. Ask yourself, are you still feeling the way you're feeling right now? Then make good judgment to what you have seen with your 2 eyes and what positives you can take from it. Because enough with this lazy analysis on football and lazy takes. Like now, out of a sudden, just because fewer players are having fewer good games, and now all of a sudden they are world class. Declan Rice, cool, scored 2 goals in the Champions League. Apart from that, what else has he done, to be honest? And then you want to compare him with people who have actually won trophies in the Europe scene, won trophies in the Nations League, won trophies, bigger trophies at their respective clubs. And then you want to compare them to a couple of games won in the Premier League as world class. Like, I with them as a 30-something-year-old man watch people just give world classes everywhere just because I almost fell into that shit. Wow, Declan Rice has been amazing. His set pieces in fact, when it comes to set pieces, he's one of the best. That is how you're supposed to say it. One of the best in the Premier League. When it comes to all this midfielder, oh no, we have the best midfielder. No, we have the best midfielder. All this lovey-dovey I'm seeing between Arsenal, Liverpool, and Chelsea talking about the best midfield is like, keep all of that aside, right? Say no, he is one off. That makes sense because there are multiple people in between. So he might not be first, second, or third, or fifth, or 10th, but he's one off this season because there are a lot of people in between that factually, when you look at it, they are up there. But because it's the team they play in, because now all of a sudden people want to rate Granit Xhaka at Sunderland because what? They are fourth on the Premier League table. Now all of a sudden he now looks good. Come on, man. When Man United go up second this weekend, what are we gonna be saying? Oh, we still have shit midfield? Or we still have shit players? Again, it goes back to Man United fans. Protect your own players. Protect your players when you go out there into these rival panels, and even when you have rivals on your panel. Protect your players. Do it like Liverpool fans do. Do it like Arsenal fans do. Do it like Chelsea fans do. Do it like Newcastle fans do. Stop looking like the righteous person and not saying, yes, you can be objective and say things about your players if they don't do well in certain games. But at the end of it, the tone and the manner in which you back your players is very important. But no. Hey, get him out of my club. Get him out of my club. I don't like this player. I don't like him. Yeah, I don't like him. It's your players you're talking about like that. It is crazy what I'm seeing online. Again, I am not perfect. I'm saying, oh guys, I'm not perfect. Again, don't get it twisted. I will lose my mind when we are watching our games. When I'm watching our games, I'm like, how the hell did Dalot not watch his back? I will curse the players out. Objectively, when I come online, I will also say it as it is. But there's a caveat. If we win the game, I will be objective, but keeping it positive as well. The respect needs to be louder than the disrespect. Maybe that should be the title for this. The disrespect should be lower than the respect. The respect should be louder than the disrespect. That way it's even better. So, guys, we just need to know how we talk. We just need to know how we are looking at this game. And again, Manchester United need to go up there at Spurs and beat them. It will be a plus if we come out with a clean sheet. Enough with this. I'm tired of Spurs fans this weekend roaming around because they beat Copenhagen last season. Listen, people, we have won 4 games. We have actually won 4-2 against a Premier League team. So imagine if we actually we were playing the Champions League this season. We're beating all teams right now with the type of players we have. So it's nothing new what they have done so far. It's nothing new. The teams they have played going unbeaten are chumps. They are not good teams. Let them come up against Real or Barca or Bayern, PSG. Like, let them come up against this other team and then see what happens. Like, come on, man. We have to stop this thing and look at it as it is. Of course, Spurs are going to back their team, rightfully so. We lost against them. But if you want to lay your points as to the reason why your team will win this game, factually, we have best players. We have less injuries. We have a good goalkeeper. And we have individual brilliance everywhere on the pitch. So, hey, That's what my guy should have used. So rather than shouting, screaming and shouting and just giggling and not saying anything back, you should have used what I just said. Like, before you go into the shows, right, prepare yourself, to be honest. That's the best thing you can do, guys. Prepare yourself, put notes down and say, okay, when he comes with this is what I will rebuttal with. When it comes to that, sometimes you just do it on the fly and it looks dope. But if you have nothing to come back with, even though your team is good, but because the other person presented his case properly and in a perfect way, a lot of people will sway to the other team saying, he's spitting facts there. But you're not coming up with nothing to back your team. And you're just sitting there giggling. It boils my stomach, man, to see our own fan base represent us that way. If you are being called up to Sky Sports to have a debate, for example, and you're literally watching a Sunderland team or a Sunderland fan absolutely tearing Manchester United apart with their opinion, are you still going to sit there and look good on camera, or are you actually going to say something to rebuttal all of that bullshit the person just said? Think about it that way. When you're going to any job, like you're going anywhere, that you will be challenged. Quick up your feet. Look left, look right, and look at yourself. I say, okay, you know what? I'm taking this moment and go with it. Of course, if we are losing games like before, you have no chest. Understandably so, you have no chest. You cannot say, oh, we are going to do this, because there's no evidence to show that. But if there is clear evidence and you're coming up against teams, why is it that we are going against Liverpool and we are saying we're going to win, and then when it comes to Spurs, you're saying, oh, we're going to lose? What has Spurs shown you to make you think we're going to lose? I don't get it. Even if we get smoked tomorrow, cool, we get smoked. I will hold it. I have to back my team. I'm seeing progress. So people, again, I'm just not getting all of this. But anyways, people, like, share, and subscribe. Let me see what's going on. Let's talk, people. Let's talk. Again, if you're watching the video after the effect, please just listen to what I'm saying. Like, share, subscribe. It will help a lot, please. It has come out from Amazon Prime Video Sports. Ruben Amorim becomes the 24th Manchester United player to win a Premier League Player of the Month. At least 5 more than any other team. Oof, that's nice. That's nice. So we have Paul Ings. You have Eric Cantona. You have David Beckham, obviously, and Andrew Cole, Roy Keane, Dwight York for sure, Teddy Sheringham, Sebastian, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Paul Scholes, Wayne Rooney, Ryan Giggs, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, Nemanja Vidic, for sure, Dimitri Berbatov, for sure, Robin van Persie, oh my God, what a time, Anthony Martial, yes, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Marcus Rashford, of course, Bruno Fernandes, of course, David De Gea, of course, Harry Maguire. Ooh, really? When did he get that though? Well, at some point he got it. Rasmus Højlund, cool. Yeah, he was winning a couple of games though. But majority of it, no. Ruben Amorim for sure. Hey, listen, Cunha and Šeško will get into that line, because those are what I'm talking about. Feel me? But again, people, I just want us to, to look at our team and be fair with our takes. You feel me? Let me put this thing here. So yeah, we just have to be true to what we are saying each time we watch Manchester United or want to break down the game tactically, and we want to sound good online, right? Please, all I'm pleading with people is take your time. Take your time with it. Take your time. Look at the games. Watch it, analyze it in a simple, good way, and tell people like, okay, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen. Like, let's do that. Rather than lying to ourselves and talking about, oh, this and that, and Man United this, Man United that. Like, it's pathetic and it's rubbish, like not to be true to self and talk about the good football you're watching. And the disingenuous thing I've seen this season is, a lot of fans don't rate Man United. Rightfully so, you can do that as a rival fan, but when you actually want to talk about football and talk about Man United the way we have been this season, you have to be fair with your comments, right? You can criticize. Obviously, we are not perfect. Look at where we are on the table, 8th. But at the same time, don't be disingenuous. Say the game. Why is it that Man United fans, we always like to talk about other teams perfectly and analyze their games perfectly, but then when it comes to ours, you always hear rival fans giggle, you always hear rival fans laugh when you say, oh, we have the best attackers. Literally, guys, if you think I'm kidding, I bet tomorrow or today, go and watch any fan channel right now. When you hear any Manchester United fan or any person big up Manchester United players, I will guarantee you see their faces. There will be giggles, laughter. There will be some people raising their eyebrows like The Rock. There will be some people saying, oh, no, are you mad? Getting angry. Immediately, I guarantee you that. Go and watch right now and see what happens. A lot of people don't rate Man United. Right? A lot of people don't, which is fine. So, we shall see. We shall see what happens. But again, people, again, like I said, Ruben Amorim winning his award, it is gonna boost his team for him to, to go ahead and continue the form that we have been. So, like, it's amazing to go. I mean, it's amazing to watch what he has done so far, and also what he will continue to do. If he keeps on winning, we will go places and we will actually achieve bigger things. But if he doesn't know how to coach these players, it will reflect in itself, and I will not be sitting here saying I told you so. I will just be watching as it is. So nah. Again, we just have to win our games and make sure that we continue to to build with the momentum we have, and take on our players and win games. So yeah, there's Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Senna Lemons, like De Ligt. Our backline is looking solid, and I feel like we will get one over Spurs. Yes, set pieces are a thing we need to work on. With De Ligt putting out fires. Even in the last game, Casemiro was heading a lot of balls out. You know, we were dealing with a lot of set pieces coming in, throw-ins. You know, we were dealing with all of that. So I don't think before it used to be a problem. Right now we have sorted that out, and we actually know what we are doing. So it looks good. Even on training right now, as I'm watching a video. Unfortunately, I cannot share this video because I'm using my phone. I'm watching the players, you know, like train on set pieces, right? They are literally training on set pieces, you know. They leaked, putting out fires right there. So yeah, that's what I mean, guys. We need to, you know, really talk on what is happening with, you know, with our team as well. So yeah. But anyways, people, like I said, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please, if you're watching this video after the effects, you know, after this live, don't forget to, you know, share this video. It's gonna help this channel move. Again, I'm literally 5 subscribers away from 500 subscribers. You know, I'm not doing no promotions. I'm not doing no gimmicks on this. I'm just building this organically. That's why you're not seeing any views under my channel, because again, I'm just building this from the ground up. I'm just, you know, doing what I need to do to win games and become better, you know. So again, it will help me massively if we do this, please. But yeah, you know, we shall see what happens. What else do I need to cover? You know, people are putting Kolomwani. People are literally putting Kolomwani as a threat for Man United, and also Xavi Simons as a midfield threat against Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. It's laughable. I swear, it's laughable. It's laughable. The things I have to hear on online. You know, tomorrow is gonna be good games. You know, Tottenham are gonna have a hard time. They're gonna play Manchester United tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They're gonna play Arsenal the following week, Sunday, on the 23rd of November, and they are going to play PSG on the 26th of November, 3 days after. Oh my God. And we want to sit here and just keep lying to ourselves and say, oh no, we are this, we are that. You know, it's just pathetic, I'm not lying. And Troy Deeney says Benjamin Šeško looks like a baby giraffe. About that one, like, he's just pathetic, I will not lie. I'm talking about the Troy Deeney. You know, I don't know who gave him a microphone to even talk in the first place, but he looks... How about you look like a baby giraffe, to be honest? Or a baby goat. Like, not the greatest of all time, but the literal goat. Like, literally a fly on the wall. Like, you know, when some people just get this microphone, the way they talk about certain things, you're just like, don't even I have no words, to be honest. I have no words for you. You know, tomorrow is gonna be tough, man. Tomorrow is gonna be tough. It's not gonna be an easy game, but yeah, you know, we shall see. We shall see. We shall see what happens. You know. But anyways, people, I'm gonna be going over my Twitter, you know, talking about the same game. Like, share, and subscribe, people. Please. Clovis TV, Clovis Football Talk. When you're watching this after the effects, please let me know down in the comments who is going to win the game, and let's talk from there. Peace, and thank you guys so much.